And just a few days after our previous trip to Thames, we're off there again. The weather's looking quite good over our side of the hills, and we're on a mission this time to see another aeroplane of particular note. Looking ahead to the hills, we can see why it's getting a bit bumpy here, and forecast to be bumpier when we come back. Now that we're over the hills, we can see a layer of cloud extending right out over the plain. The aeroplane we're looking forward to seeing is a World War I Bristol fighter, and we're hoping that the state of the weather isn't going to stop it coming. There's low cloud, a little bit of drizzle, and some fairly strong winds here. But Thames is looking much better, it's clearer there, and where the aeroplane is coming from is across the water by those dim hills in the distance. Ahead of us is the runway that we're going to use as we land at Thames, and the wind is doing quite nicely. It's more or less along the runway, so it's a nice smooth landing for us. We head down towards the clubhouse again. Already some other aircraft are on the ground, and in the background you can see the Hurricane fighter replica on top of its stand. It's not long before some aircraft start to arrive from Ardmore, the place where the incoming Bristol fighter is housed. The first one in, a Tiger Moth, and they tell us the winds were really strong, 30 minutes from Ardmore to Thames, very fast for a slow aeroplane like a Tiger Moth. Next, a de Havilland Chipmunk, another one of the collection belonging to the warbirds in Ardmore, and following that, a Piper Super Cub, one of the oldest ones in New Zealand, so I'm told. Now, switch of cameras. It's a long way away, but that is the Bristol fighter landing on the same runway as we did, and here it is taxiing across. Some discussion about where to park it, and this is where we first see the trick you have to employ with aircraft like this, of the scary moment where you push the stick forward on the ground with the engine running up to lift the tail to release the tail skid from the grass. Oops, there's the cut it made as it was parking. And this aircraft is finished in the same colours as Sir Keith Park's aircraft, in which he became famous in World War I, scoring a number of kills. It's just coming up time for the Spitfire that's due to display and fly over Thames in company with the Bristol fighter to arrive. So the engine is started, and let's have a listen to its beautiful sound. Time for another switch of cameras. Here's the Spitfire, a two-seater version, arriving, and flaps down to slow right down so that it can fly slowly as fast as the Bristol fighter can fly fast. There are the two of them going off together. After their display in town, here comes the Bristol over the airfield once more to say goodbye. We're conscious of the wind getting stronger all the time, so we too say goodbye to Thames, roll down the same runway as we landed, and head off into the sky. At the end of the runway is the river mouth that's quite easy to see from the air. We fly over that, make a left turn, then back the way we came. We'll skip the bit you'll have seen on the previous film and go straight up to Waihi Town with the gold mine on the left in the distance, and over to where it is still bright, sunny and bumpy. The wind's pretty strong as we land, as about as strong a crosswind as we would be comfortable with. Jean-Jacques does a nice landing for us, and we drive up towards the hangar and see, oh, we've got a visitor. We like visitors, but we prefer visitors who don't block the hangar door with their wing. This could take some time, so see you next time. Bye.